Hello everyone, welcome in a new video. In this video, we are understanding that what is a multi-level feedback queue scheduling. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, the multi-level feedback queue scheduling is nothing just an extension or just an uh, ex just in second version of a multi-level queue scheduling, which we discussed in a previous video. Okay, so what is it? It's basically a extension of multi-level queue scheduling. Queue scheduling. What does this mean? This means that in multi-level queue scheduling, basically what happens is this is what we have a system processes and we have a foreground processes and we have a background processes. Background process. So we have three processes in our system. What happen in a multi-level queue scheduling is that every queue is connected in a sequence. Means if a process come in a SP, then if a process is in an SP, so this process will solve first. After that, foreground processes. After that, background processes. So this is what a sequence of solving a process. Okay, one process, then another process, then another process, then another process in a sequence in a order. But what happen in a feedback queue scheduling is this is what we have a system process, we have a foreground process, and we have a background process. What happen is process basically shift from foreground to background to system, foreground to system. So what happen is processes is shifting from one one point to another process. Let's say the P1 process is available on a foreground process, but it sees that the system process basically execute the processes in a better way as compared to the foreground process or P1 or the uh, system process is basically what it execute the process earlier as compared to a foreground process because uh, this is what happened basically. Okay, so what P1 process do? It basically shift from foreground to system process, foreground to system process. Same thing happen if a process is available. Let's say P2 process is available in a background, so it can shift from background to foreground and foreground to system process. So these things happen. So this is what a meaning of a multi-level feedback queue should be. Okay, it basically a extensive version of multi-level queue scheduling, and this is what a multi-level feedback schedule. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you that what is the difference, why I said this is an extension and this is an extension version of a multi-level queue scheduling. So this is what a reason. Okay, so process can upgrade from higher priority queue or process can degrade as well. If a process is available on a, let's say, system process P3, process available on a system process, but it does not want to execute first. Okay, there are so many other important processes. So what happens is P3 can degrade from system process to foreground process to background process as well. Okay, so shifting between these queues are taking places from a high priority to low priority or low priority to high priority. Okay, so processes can upgrade to higher priority queue or process can degrade as well. So degrade, or you can say downgraded to lower priority, lower priority queue. So this is what a multi-level feedback queue scheduling is. So as a numerical is not occur in the gate examination on this particular topic, the this is what basically the main idea of a multi-level feedback scheduling is. Okay, this is basically questions basically arise that process is shifted from a different order or not. Okay, in our college exam point of view or in a gate exam point of view, the numerical on this particular process is not come. Okay, and there are some numerical which is come on the multi-level queue scheduling algorithm. Some this basically an extensive version. So how will you solve a question of a multi-level queue scheduling? In the same way, we have to solve the question of a multi-level feedback queue scheduling as well. Okay, but in a question it is written, it is mentioned that okay, so you have to move the process from a low priority queue to high priority. If this is mentioned, then you have to understand that it's a feedback queue scheduling algorithm. Okay, neither the way to solving a question is same. Whatever the algorithm written, you have to solve this by that particular algorithm. Now, what is the disadvantage? What is the disadvantage of this scheduling algorithm? So the disadvantage of this scheduling algorithm is that some process may starve for CPU. Some process may always be in a CPU, not getting a CPU. If some high priority queue are never become empty. This is what a disadvantage. Let's say that this is what we have a system processes, foreground processes, and a background process. Background process. What happens if the system process is never become empty? Let's say the process, let's say in this if we have two processes P1, P2 and P3. What happens is P3 come and let's say they have PZ process available in a background process. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is P3 come, execute and leave the CPU. At the same time, there is a process, let's say P4 who enter in a CPU who get a system processes who get a high priority queue. Okay, so if this continuous chain is running, so the process PZ will never get this queue. The process PZ will never get this queue. The process PZ will stop. Okay, starvation is possible for this particular process. Okay, so this is what a disadvantage available in this scheduling algorithm. Okay, some processes may starve for CPU if when some higher priority queue higher priority queue are never never become empty are never become so this is what a disadvantage. Now, what is an advantage of this scheduling algorithm? Advantage is like it's very flexible. Okay, this is what a disadvantage in a multi-level queue scheduling. But and a feedback process can shift it from a one queue to another queue. So it means what? It means it is flexible towards the process. Process is shifting from a one point to another point. So this is what about multi-level feedback queue scheduling. Thank you for watching this video. Like the video and subscribe my channel.